F Sport is actually going to add high friction brake pads. That is one of the reasons I wanted to review this one, because there are some additional performance upgrades for the F Sport IS. But those high friction brake pads are going to give you greater responsiveness and reduced fade. It's adaptive variable suspension, which is going to monitor each shock absorber individually, really giving you the best of both worlds, tightening up the suspension around heavy cornering and also reading the road's imperfections, giving you a smoother ride as well. And that's probably one of the first things I noticed in the IS. Gotta be honest, it is definitely quite a nice ride in this thing, surprisingly, because a lot of times smaller cars you won't get that, but the IS300 is definitely soaking up PA's road imperfections quite well so far. And I did want to also mention, although we do have the all-wheel drive version today, if you went with the rear-wheel drive version, you will actually get a Torsen limited slip differential as well, meaning it's going to help send torque to the wheel with the most traction around the corners, really giving you a better acceleration as well, actually. But overall, as far as the steering feel goes, definitely has a nice weight to it, so no issues there for me. Cabin noise is also very nice, no issues with exterior noises coming into the cabin. But then again, you will find that large Lexus spindle front grille, to the sides LED headlights with LED daytime running lights. And I did want to also mention an optional feature on this one. You can get the triple beam LED headlights for an additional $1,160 if you were interested there. A little better visibility. But make your way to the side, you will find the F Sport badging on the front fender, along with body colored power adjustable heated side mirrors with integrated turn signals. Then take a look down at the wheel setup. There are F Sport specific 18-inch double 5-spoke alloy wheels with all-season tires that will be the standard setup for all IS300 F Sports there. Then make your way to the back. A rear spoiler will not come standard, but there is one available for only an additional $389 if you wanted that. F Sport badging once again found around back there, along with LED taillights coming standard. And just below all of it, dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips. So you guys know what we have to do next. As always, here is that exhaust clip. But now, since we are around back, to open that rear trunk, easiest way in my opinion, you could just simply use the button on the key fob, and there's actually a button just by the driver's right knee if you were sitting in the driver's seat, but I'm just going to simply use the key fob today here. Once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 10.8 cubic feet. If that was not enough space, those rear seats do fold down for quite a bit of extra space there if you needed it. Then make our way up to the rear legroom. That is going to come in at 32.2 inches, which honestly doesn't sound like a whole lot, but for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall and I actually fit pretty well back there, so no issues for me at least. And for those rear passengers, there is also a rear center armrest with cup holders along with rear ventilation, and a power rear sunshade will be optional for the IS300 if you wanted it there. Then make your way to the front seats. You will find power adjustable leather trimmed bucket seats that will come standard, and they will actually be heated and ventilated. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel will come leather wrapped, and there is a heated steering wheel available that will come standard, but it is an option if you wanted it for colder climates. Then when it comes to the startup, let me first start by showing you guys the key here. You do have your Lexus logo on the one side, and when you flip it over, lock, unlock, and again that button to pop the rear hatch. But there is also, of course, keyless entry with a push button start, so all I am going to do is simply put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button, which is actually in the IS300, located just to the right of the gauges up top there. And so, but then once started up, of course, with the F Sport, you will find LFA inspired gauges. Absolutely love it. For those of you who know pedals, and overall, when it comes to interior quality, Lexus is always on the top of the board in my books. One of the reasons I like it is because you can almost always find a color contrast. In this case, you have the black and the red, definitely looks good. And there's also a matte wood interior trim found throughout this one as well, and I like that it's a matte wood as opposed to a gloss wood, because then you don't have any the navigation package or the Mark Levinson package. And so I mentioned those two because we do happen to have the navigation package today, but either way, Bluetooth and audio streaming will come standard. Still no Android Auto quite yet, unfortunately, but I have a funny feeling it's going to be coming soon. But again, that factory navigation package does add $1,745, and of course you can check out your radio settings up on that screen as well. And when it comes to the sound system, by the way, standard sound system is going to give you 8 speakers, and if you wanted it, there is that 15 speaker Mark Levinson sound system with 835 watts, although that is not the one we have today. We do have the 8 speaker sound system, so let me go ahead and pull over here and let's turn on the radio, see what we got playing this morning, and let's test out the clarity of this 8 speaker sound system. actually not that bad of a sound system.